Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. How we doing? A very happy Tuesday to ya. Yes, yes. Hopefully you've had a good start to the week and things are going just fine for you. We are going to be back here in career mode. The new patch is out. Patch number 127. Can you believe it? 127's out. You gotta love it, man. That number has been following me around everywhere. And it's crazy. I'm not the only one. Now, it's always been something that I've been attached to, that number. But a lot of people have been seeing that number like on a consistent basis. How many of you have actually seen 127 showing up everywhere? There's been some like Reddit posts about it. People are like, I can't stop seeing this number in the last 3 months. So numerology or whatever you believe, it doesn't matter. It's pretty interesting that that number has been repeatedly coming up. I like to think that on the 27th we'll get a, a GTA 6 trailer too. By then, I think it's imminent. It's got to be imminent, man. It's got to be soon, I would hope, or screenshots or something. Give us something, you know? Aviation Fever, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. Fly me to the moon. You gotta do back. We'll try to do that. Av, what's up? How you doing? John in the house. Caleb Collette. Hello, hello. Grammar Hero, how you doing? Hebist. Merry Christmas to you as well, man. I hope you have a good one. I do. I'm doing okay, Glow Bros. Doing just fine. How you doing? Dark Cluster. 127 police unit number on top of a car in my local city. There you go, man. Not you? All right, there you go. Used to live in a house that was 127. Interesting, DOD. 127 was my number because the Boeing 727 is my favorite number. And then back when I started in GTA roleplay, that was in LCDPS 2012. So I chose 127 as my number because 27 was part of 727. You couldn't use sevens, you could only use ones. So I chose 127. Ever since then, that number's been attached to me in many ways outside of GTA 5 RP. It's crazy how that works. I'm not talking about 187. I'm talking about 127. What's up, Steve Carell? Steve Carell. Carol, sorry. Been watching a lot of The Office. We've been watching The Office again. That's such a good show, man. Play the lottery. Pick 3. 127. Perfect. 291 is my unit number for whenever I'm on patrol in RP. There you go. But I see that all the time. Everyone says that? Yep. Steve Carell. Perfect. Just do it, Toby. All right. Well, the patch is out. Patch 1.2.7.0. And it's a big one. We're going to go over the patch notes in a minute. Just give me a minute to get it up here where it needs to be. The release notes. Let me use Edge because Edge likes to work with OBS like it did last night, so I'll just do that again. Let's do Microsoft Edge again. Pop that in there. Here we are, release notes, baby. It's time to go through them. I know we're all excited for it. Actually, I need to close Premiere. I need to close Premiere. We do not need Premiere open for this endeavor today, do we? We most certainly do not. All right. It's a lengthy changelog, but we're going to go through it for the most part. Release notes 1.2.7.0. Stability and performance. I'm just going to show you. We're just going to go through the major ones. The ones that particularly go, you know, to the career mode that we're going to be playing. So there's that. Fixed a lot of crashes here. Audio systems, FX crashes, memory usage for aircraft gauge, textures. A lot of stuff here is big. This is a big one. So fixing a crash when going to Toby. A lot of people say that it's still broken, so I guess that doesn't work. Community folder, marketplace, and now The thing is, all of the airports don't work for me anymore. They just say disabled, and I can't enable them. So I don't know how to fix that. I guess we're gonna have to wait on that one. Various other crashes. This is a fun one here. Fixed various other crashes. Who knows what they are? I know, Q Cannon. We were just talking about that. Isn't that crazy? Oh, we just started streaming there, William. Just started. What's up, Jeremy Wade? How you doing? Mopar Johnson, thank you for the 1 year. What's up, man? How you doing? Appreciate the continued support on Twitch. Limiting the number of passengers inside the plane on low settings, added integrity checks, coherent GT frame distribution system and views refresh rate to better match 2020 behavior. Reduce the stutter of the game when the panel camera is open. So another thing I want to go into, and I have been trying to tell people, as many people as possible, we went over this on day one, is dynamic graphics settings. Let me show you what that is. Go back to the main menu. Right here, your dynamic settings. I've had this turned off since day one. A lot of people ask me, Jeff, how are you getting good photogrammetry and good ground textures? It is because I have this turned off. If you turn that on, it's automatically going to set your global rendering quality to whatever it seems necessary to make 30 frames per second by default. You can change that, but by moving that, even if you set that at 60 and you're like, hey, I want the sim to run at 60 or 40 or whatever, that doesn't matter. If this is turned on, it is going to absolutely butcher your photogrammetry. So make sure that's turned off and test accordingly by just turning it off and just getting settings where it works for you. Just want to put that one out there. Because if you have that turned on by default, you are absolutely getting hosed when it comes to that. All right, back to it. Optimized boot time. I noticed that immediately. It loads a lot faster, even with stuff in my community folder. It's fantastic. Fix low power mode, activate when watching the credit screen. Interesting. Didn't even know that one was a problem. General bug fixes, lots here. Virtual keyboard menu opening twice. I wasn't using the virtual keyboard because I was having that issue. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when you're in group chat or text box on Xbox and all that stuff for the multiplayer. Now, multiplayer stuff has been fixed. They fixed the the props and the rotors not turning, so that's good. Good to see that. Have you thought selling your first airplane you started out with? Kyle, I have no reason to just sell it at this moment in time. Put too much money into it. Loading DDS files in legacy effects. When you see this thing called flow locks when missions restart, basically the flow locks are like things we've had in the missions where things aren't flowing correctly how they're supposed to. Go to the next thing, go to the next thing. Modular aircraft, a lot of stuff here. Props, turbines, and rotors now move on first-party multiplayer aircraft. That was a big one that we saw did not work. Helis are still broke, just hopped off. What's broken about them, Spectre? On approaches, is it not recommended to remove waypoints? I did that and tried direct to the next, but it borked and the autopilot would just fly in circles no matter what I tried. I haven't had that issue, but if you do remove waypoints, it's better to just go direct to the next one after it. I haven't gone in and just removed just the only waypoint. We have removed hold points, and it was just fine. I didn't have a problem with that. But yeah, a lot of stuff here. If you can just see it, you know, if you want to see all the rest of the stuff, you can always go to this. I will paste it in there so you can read it at your leisure. Backwards compatibility bug fixes, the Wise modulators back compatibility issue. I think that's great. Wise is their sound engine. I use a lot of FT sounds, and I couldn't use them in the sim, so hopefully that's been fixed. Some other stuff here. Aircraft fixed color and text issues on the 172 flight scene. What's some big ones here? Logos and stickers on the aerial app. Modified naming convention, the whole Asobo fleet. A lot of stuff here. A lot of fixes here. These are airplane dependent. Unfortunately, I did not see anything for the Cirrus Vision jet. Now, the C90 has been a lot of fixes in that airplane. That's good to see. The Max 8 had a big, huge update to it as well. They added S7 Qatar. They got Alaska Airlines, Korean, and Aeromexico's in there now. A lot of issues there have been fixed. The super tanker, we didn't fly much of that. That has been, I'm waiting for these planes to get fixed before we fly a lot of them. Skyhawk, just a livery issue. I think that they need to fix some other things on it, but Grand Caravan removed the disrespectful markings from the meta cabin. Basically, the meta cabin had some AI generated text in it, or that was just Easter eggs, like, Kruger effect and stuff like that. And some people got upset about it, so they removed it. Removed logos that were not approved from the medic cabin. That makes me think that some of this stuff was outsourced. The Sky Courier R66 no longer, it was a variant of the R66 if you had that. Aircraft engine audio is too quiet, so now they brought that up. That's good to see. Launch 2 got some fixes. Cirrus aircraft, only the SR-22 had a lot of things that were fixed, and no Vision Jet fixes. So sadly, I think we still don't have a working checklist system. So we're just going to use the EFB checklist today. That's what we're going to do for that airplane. So a lot of airplanes got some fixes here. The big things that we want to go through here is the G1000 NXI. Fixed an issue where auto-tuning of approach nav radios were broken. So that's good to see that was fixed. And we know that was broken in the 3000 too, because we saw that last night. Fixed an issue with the final waypoint. This has been on all the Garmin units. The final waypoint of visual approaches could not be seen on the navigation map. We noticed that. You just got that line and you didn't have any final spot. Garmin G3X and the 5X series finished an issue where auto-tuning approach nav radios again. Those have been fixed. We saw that last night. Remember, it wasn't auto-tuning radios. We had to manually put them in. The GTCs are the ones, the little tiny screens on the bottom there. Waypoint dialog now displays searching when it's still working to find and load the requested waypoint rather than it being broken. Final waypoint and visual approaches, same thing. G3X touch, same stuff. A lot of the same Garmin issues. Looks like working title fixed a lot of those. Primus Epic 2.0 stuff has been fixed. Proline, avionics, a lot of these different avionics systems that we see in the different airplanes. Flight system, flight planning edition was locked after doing a medevac mission in the main menu free flight. Interesting, that was fixed. Nav data, I do like seeing this. We seem to be getting navigation data cycles. So now we're on 2412, the latest. So I wonder with them having that Lido partnership, if we're going to see regular additions to the database. That's good to see. Fixed an issue where the terminal VORs appeared as en route intersections and terminal NDBs were missing. Changed some non-24-hour ATC tower frequencies to CTAF. Good to see that. Adapt system to allow for AirAC cycle updates. There you go. That's what I was talking about. So those of you that don't have a Navigraph subscription, this is good news. Who needs a working checklist, right? Vision Jet will have the correct paint now, so your charter aircrafts will have a red paint now. Awesome. We'll have to see if that actually happens. Am I going to do a helicopter career mode? Yes, we will do that eventually. I didn't get any new aircraft as promised. Which aircraft are you talking about, George? The 4 they're talking about that's free? That's not in this patch. Money has changed, not paying as much. Interesting. Is that, Robert, have you actually done the flights? Because I know they did adjust the what you see on the main menu. Aircraft tech, fixed issue with colored text on aircraft. So maybe we don't have the white on white anymore. Model behavior, fix hide, unhide skin meshes. These are a lot of model issues they were having with some airplanes, modular aircraft. Not worried about that. ATC, sometimes denying VFR clearance when the weather is visually clear. I personally would like to see us have an option to just not use the default ATC in the career mode. I really wish we had that option. Passive aircraft, that's basic. Passive aircraft's basically the AI vehicles on the ground, improvements to lighting, truck, all that. Career mode, a lot of career mode fixes, and these are big ones. We're going to go over that because we have seen all of this ourselves. I have a purple and yellow 172 now. Man, I miss the white airplanes. Maybe we want the white airplanes as an option. Add the ability to change the name of a company in the company management screen. Remember that said coming soon? Well, it's there now. We can actually change the name of our company, so you're not stuck to that anymore. General career bug fixes incorrect wear percentage displayed in the passive income pop-up. Fixed insurance coverage percentage display in the repair coverage and crash coverage pop-ups. Fixed unlocked aircraft pop-up after passenger cert, showing aircraft that are not actually unlocked. Fixed mud and dirt not saved on user aircraft in freelancer mode. I noticed this. Remember during the employee missions, we would see dirt accumulate on the airplane if we were landing in a bush field or something like that. That is now working in freelancer mode, so good to see that. Fixed exotic missions being visible on career world map when no aircraft is available to play that mission. We have seen that before. We're like, well, that's not supposed to be there. Remove debug text when transferring aircraft. Fixed incorrect wear and tear status on secondhand aircraft. Fixed the high-end aircraft, sometimes not showing in the company license detail screen. Incorrect component wears. A lot of those things have been fixed. Great to see that. Mouse interaction when failing a career mission. Okay, I didn't see that one. Transfer of aircraft from world map when using a gamepad. Errors when selecting a mission on world map. Good to see that, because a lot of times you would select a mission and then the next one you'd go back to it and it would be missing. You'd have to go out of that area and come back to it to get it to show up again. That was something that's fixed. Weather bonus, taking the live weather into account when using preset weather. Fixed wrong reward displayed on mission cards in freelancer mode. Wrong aircraft sell prices. Rotorcraft missions departing airport with runways and helipads having inconsistent departure flow. Good to see that's fixed, because a lot of times people in helicopters were saying they had to taxi down to, they basically treated you like an airplane. Which way you get more money on, cargo or people? I think they're pretty balanced, honestly, but you want to get that 172 cargo in the beginning and then get your Vision Jet. Get the Vision Jet, grind your career in the Vision Jet. You're gonna make way more money at less time. Just get that jet rating and get that taken care of, and then you can start building up money to do what you want to do. Colors and company names now correctly displayed. There you go. That's what we were just talking about. Fixed unexpected deliveries for some freelance missions. Missions, increased tolerance before triggering entered runway without announcement. Good to see that's fixed. They're giving us more tolerance on that. Fixed the placeholder takeoff announcement dialogue in the passenger transport rotorcraft. A lot of dialogue's been fixed and cleaned up here in the ATC and the takeoff phase. ATC's shortcut, aviator performance on takeoff that was triggered instantly with rotorcrafts with the skip feature. Fixed mission title not translated in the, okay, I don't care about that stuff. Back on track during cruise phase for cargo transport and ferry flight specializations. Liveries on adaptive vehicles. So text fonts, colors variations, add a notification display for tire malfunction. Good to see that. That was missing. Fixed excessive winds in turbulence in career mode. So basically all missions we've been doing, the winds in turbulence, even with real world weather, was not behaving correctly. Hence what we saw. Remember, we were coming into land yesterday and we had 6 knots from the left, but it was like basically a hurricane. Fixed harming passengers mission failure and overflying airport in entered prohibited airspace. Aviator performance penalties are now fixed. So a lot of stuff has been fixed here. Sad Remen Cowdrey, big fan, learned a lot from you. Well, thank you very much, man. Good to see you. Greg Coley, how you doing? Which way you get more money on cargo or people? We already went over that one. OCRP, I'm not interested in doing that right now. VIP makes more money. Yes, I agree. It does. Happy Tuesday to you, Zalden Prime. How you doing, man? So my game crashed and won't load. Paint still does not work. Paint another 20,000 to find that out. Yeah, well, you don't. So repainting is not changing the paint on the airplane. That is repainting the current thing. That's all that is. I don't know, it's 1660. Okay, I don't know what we're talking about here. Some of my charter flights have crashed when the parking spot is next to a hangar or airport building. Yeah, hopefully a lot of that stuff will get fixed there, Seth. To be fair, the game doesn't sound as AI anymore and rather clear. Okay, we'll see that. Simulate, can you do an emergency landing and have light fire come out of the emergency? I don't know about that, Caleb. I'm not an emergency situation person. I do not care about that. Some people were upset I didn't do caps or return flight in the Vision Jet. Just, I'm not into doing emergencies and disasters. I fly from point A to point B. Hope I don't get knocked for using flaps. I think a lot of that stuff has been fixed there, Mopar. We'll see. One thing you could definitely check is if you do any de Havilland Beaver and you put down the flaps, you would get dinged for that. So, fixed debug text in private charter briefing. Good to see that's been fixed in the VIP. So a lot of fixes happening here. Remember, a lot of this stuff can get updated on the fly on the career side that do not require a sim update. Good to know that. Okay, we're getting off topic here now. Airports, premium airports, a lot of airports. Here's some big ones. World updates being a lot of fixes to the world updates. USA in general, UK got a lot of fixes to it as well. Nordics, Australia got a lot of fixes to the world update. Remember I was talking about that. The world updates were not streaming in correctly. We're not getting those how we had in 2020. USA 2, fixed Hot Springs Mountain Tower. There you go. Cahokia Mountains. Hey, that's here in St. Louis area. Canada, New Zealand, Oceania got a lot. The Caribbean got a lot. I've noticed a lot of the vegetations and things being wrong here. So good to see a lot of that has been fixed. UK and Ireland, Germany. Vegetation, remove grass, plants, and rocks from tins blobs, basically tin cities. The blobs there that were tree blobs, removed a lot of problems with that. Air traffic, added lights on a lot of the passive aircraft. I don't know why they're calling them passive aircraft. They're basically just AI. My library. They added the option to disable and enable items. We'll go into that in a second. A lot of peripheral changes happening here. If you have a lot of different peripherals, here you go. A lot of things were fixed, including the TCA side stick, got fixed rudder map, wrong axis. A lot of things there got fixed. Good to see that. Backward compatibility, fixed interactive points, FLT save and load. A lot of training stuff was fixed. A lot of the VR people are like, we didn't get any VR fixes. I see a lot of VR fixes in here. World photographer fixes, audio, fixed music sometimes cutting out. Dev mode, exit dev mode option now was always grayed out. You couldn't get out of dev mode if you went into it. VFS projector now grants access to encrypted files that are not protected. This is a big one. They're now unencrypting the airplanes for the most part for free flight. Fixed and improved scenery package order. Texture paths were fixed. Layout issues. A crash that occur when closing dev mode. Scenery editor. This is all stuff for the SDK. If you do scenery editor, sim object editor, a lot of these things have been fixed. SDK fixes. WASM gauge loading. I'm wondering if the WASM ones for like PMDG and for iFly, they need to have a lot of that functioning so they can bring their airplane into 24. New blend scenes for 68 to the Diamond 62 sample blends for wind sock. Good to see. Audio, absolute value attribute on the WISE tags and sound. Expects a Boolean value and tells whether to use the absolute value of the variable. Look, they had a lot of audio issues happening here, so not sure what that was about. Main Trucker Legend doing just fine. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for the 5 months and gifting out 3 subscriptions. If you guys got a subscription, or sorry, yeah, if you got a subscription for the Main Trucker Legend, thank you very much for that. And it was Claus24. Thank you for the 5 months. That wasn't Main Trucker, but thank you, Main Trucker and Claus, for the love and support. Simbars added access to environment var and vars extension. Fixed Zulu time. That'll be nice for third-party aircraft. WASM API stuff. Again, WASM stuff. EFB API updated the API the latest version. In Tools Blender. There you go. A lot of that stuff. So a lot of fixes here for the sim. Now, all this looks good on paper, but how does it translate in the user experience? That is the question. So what I'm talking about is we go back to the main menu here. We go to Marketplace and then My Library. So by default, your community folder is going to be in your app data packages and all that. You can change that right here with this cogwheel, and you can go into wherever you have your, I made a folder called Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 on my D drive, and I have it set to that. So I did do that. So here's all the stuff that's streamed currently. World updates are streaming correctly. I went down, and you have to restart the sim every time you add something, by the way. here's what I'm talking about. So the scenery that I bought on the marketplace in 2020 is now not available, disabled in red. I can't even enable it. So it was working before this patch. I guess they just don't want it on the marketplace yet. But my Freedom Fox and one of the P51s, I just installed one of the P51s there, but they were working before this patch, and this turned them all off. So basically, if you install this new patch, you're going to have to go in and manually select all the planes that you want installed, and then you're going to have to come back and you're going to restart the sim, and then all your stuff will be there. For like my sport yacht that I use for Marine RM, I like that it now shows installed if it's locally installed, which it is. It turned off my Carenado 182 RG, so I turned it back on, and the MU2 as well. But I do like this option now. We can go in and you can just disable and turn off airplanes you're not going to use. I think that's really helpful to make your community folders smaller, or your clients much smaller, and your experience to be a lot quicker getting into the sim. When I turn the plane, for example, at heading 200 to 150, how do I make it more smoother? I don't know what that means. I think let us use premium deluxe aircraft on career. Phoenix Galaxy, apparently all those airplanes are available. Because the Sky Courier is in career, and that is a premium deluxe airplane. Wish you could explain the streaming thing. Is everything just on a Microsoft? Yeah. So everything that you see here that says streamed is in the cloud, which I am perfectly fine with, because before in 2020, we used to have to download every single world update and host it locally. Now the sim's like 1.4 terabytes big, and it's just unfeasible to install, to have no cloud computing at all. But what they're going to do is eventually have it to where you can download all these planes separately. And that's good so far, but I'm not seeing... You see, here's the upgrade to the premium deluxe upgrade, and all that stuff is streamed. I would like to see options for this to be housed locally. Be able to pick our plane color in career mode. No. So basically, when we were out at the Grand Canyon for the preview event, there are two things that are missing in this sim that were there. One is the AI voice thing, where you can talk into the microphone and it'll listen to you and it'll create your pilot avatar voice off of your voice. That is not in the sim right now. It was then. Another one is the livery editor thing for the career mode. So I would assume that that's going to come down later down the road once they're happy with it. Perhaps they're just not happy with it currently, and that's one thing that Jorg did say, was that they have working prototypes of a lot of things. They have working prototypes of the shared cockpit. They have working prototypes of the new flight model that's supposed to be released soon. That does computational fluid dynamics around the airplane. And a lot of that stuff, they said, until it is ready, they're not going to release it. So, there you go. No, my directory is in another folder in the community. Yeah, like I showed you, you have to go to that cogwheel and you have to select where you want that community folder to be located and hit confirm. And then you have to wait for it to do its thing and then restart the sim. So my community folder's on the D drive. My sim is not. Yeah, I think my 2020 install currently is at 500 gigabytes. Or sorry, my community folder is at 500 gigabytes on 2020. All right. So we have covered the patch notes. What do y'all think? I might do this one. So another thing I've noticed is that if you look in here, these times are based on the Skyhawk. I mean, to go from here to there, that is not going to take us 2 hours. That's a 45-minute flight in the Vision Jet. 2 hours in the Skyhawk, yeah. Same thing with this, 3 hours and 30 minutes. No, not in a Vision Jet. To go from all the way up here at Beaver Island to Detroit. No, that's not going to take us 2 hours or 3 hours and 30 minutes in the Vision Jet. It just won't. We'll even have a tailwind if we do that flight. I think we're going to do this flight. 6Y8. What does that airport look like? Oh, it's a decent airport. Okay. And we're going to Detroit. Outside of Detroit. What was that one? It was called 45 Golf. The hell is it? What was the name of it? 45 Golf, Brighton Township. It's a private airport. It's loading in everything there. That's a doable airport too. I think we'll do that one. So unfortunately, I am still not seeing the, they said live weather's been fixed, but I am not seeing live time still. Now, you'll see what happens. When I drag this across, you'll see the time change and all these red dots pop up. And see how we're at 2:46 p.m. or 1:46 p.m. there, but 1946 UTC. You'll see all these are actual live time at that time. But if you roll it to live weather or live time, we get no red dots on anything. So that's still broken. They have not fixed that. And that's global. That's not just locally. So basically, I want to get the airplane south. I'm done playing in the north. I want to get this thing. We get down to Detroit. We can continue off into the East Coast. I will take no missions going west outside of Detroit. We'll head to the East Coast and then work our way south. I think that's what we want to do. So let's do it. Chris Technician, how you doing? Good evening to you. Is the patch available for Xbox 2? Yes, and they said that it will take a long time to load for the first time after the patch has been installed. So keep that in mind. All right, we're at 6Y8 here. Looks like a grass field, doesn't it? No, it's kind of not. We're at the back taxi to 10, it looks like. What's the conditions here? No weather data. Wind's calm, it looks like. Okay. Well, that's a first. Okay. So we're going here and we're going south down here to Detroit. Let's have a look-see. They have us coming in on 2-2. All right, what's the info there? No info. You're just so screwed, man. Just so screwed. So we're just gonna wing it, how we always do. Looks like it's straight out on 10. Initial climb straight out, and then a right turn out to our flight plan. Okay. I don't see anything to change here because we don't know what's happening. Accept a mission. Now we should see if they fix the fuel. What is this music? Let's go on to the next one. I love classical music, but sometimes it's just, it doesn't play classical music. It plays whatever the hell it wants to. There we go. Look at that. There's our airplane. It's not white. You are correct. It's not giving you weather because neither airport reports. Right. Usually it tells you the local airport though. Management. Let's have a look-see at what they got here. So they're giving us 475 pounds of fuel. They're saying that we need to have 793 for the flight. So 798. Let's see if this actually works. 798 pounds. Let's do a pounds of conversion. Gallons. Let's do the converter here. Ingredient. Jet fuel. 6.8 pounds per gallon. Okay. So we divide that by 6.8. Is that what we do? We take 798 divided by 6.8. Be 117 gallons. Does that seem right to you? Remember, they said this will take 3 hours and 30 minutes to make this flight. I think that's right. $6.7. Okay. So 798 divided by 6.7. So we're looking at 119 gallons, give or take. Let's see if it actually works. So we will refuel. Pay the 3,800, whatever. As if this doesn't work, what I plan on doing is just using the little fuel cheat if we don't have enough fuel. That's what I plan to do. I don't even remember it now. What was it? We're supposed to have like 110, give or take, gallons on board. Look at that. We have our paint job. Not a white airplane anymore. Make an honest person out of us. Look at that. Instead of me having to do that in the thumbnail. All right. That's good. Let's just do a... Can we do a check now? Did they fix this? They fixed nothing on this airplane, let's be honest. The Vision Jet got no fixes. Oh, but we can click on those now. Or we can get information from it. Couldn't do that before. How do I get this one? Jet fuel weigh more than water? Yes. Water should sink to the bottom. I cannot get this click spot. Okay, well. We'll find out, won't we? So something I learned about the Vision Jet I did not know about is that the nav lights are automatic no matter what. The only way to turn them off is to pop out the circuit breaker, and that the landing lights become recog lights when the gear is up. So you run the landing lights all the time on the airplane. So now we know. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but now I understand it. Yeah, this is working now. This wasn't working before. Okay. Still can't get these, though. Oh. Okay, that one turned green when I did that. That's interesting. All right, so that's all in good order. Can we just hover over this? Let's check it. Okay, that's good. Nothing in there hiding away. I don't think this one works. Unless you move it, right? Which you're not supposed to touch it. So we're not going to. Not gonna do it. Okay, flaps are good. What about down here? Good. It's green. All right, that's good. We'll take it. Aileron's got movement. All right. We look like we're good. What an interesting parking job. Where are we going? Guess we're gonna spin out to the left. That's what it looks like to me. Boy, they really didn't think that one through, did they? They certainly did not. All right. No windshields this time. We learned that the windshield apparently is a spray, so we wouldn't do that. Strobe goes on. That master oxygen on. And we'll leave everything else off for now. We'll get the...
Madam boarding is now authorized. On behalf of our captain, welcome aboard. Roger that, Captain. They're on their way. Have a good flight. Madam, I wish you a good
Oh, did I have that backwards, Spectre?
First class wings.
Hi, Captain. I'll need to make some calls.
I'm thinking of gasoline and water.
If you could make sure it's good, I'd really appreciate, Captain. Thanks.
I don't know. Don't remember. Okay. Anywho, let's fire this thing up. We already know how to do it. We got our strobe light on for engine start. Over to run. Fuel pump on. We hear it. Hit the starter. Wait for light out. Light off. Release.
Just wanted to drop by and say hello before you leave for Brighton Township. Madam Adler will join you on board soon.
All right, Madam Adler.
To one of our
Got
top
it.
clients who booked the flight for her. Well, it's about time. Provide her with the finest service.
All right, so they're saying we have
On you. Have a nice flight.
100 and that's not right. What are you doing, airplane? Our fuel total here, we got 59.59, so about that. So it does seem to work. Well, what we put in there is actually showing that, so that's good. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, 115. It was close. Usable and unusable fuel wise seems to be fine. Weight and balance. Landing, current, fuel burn. Doesn't seem right. Flight plan, runway 10 after Iroto. Got it. Takeoff data, runway 10, required takeoff distance. I guess you could manually do that if you wanted to. All right. Accept the initialization page. Over here, speed bugs, rotate, 85 knots. That's all good. Flight plan mode on that side. I like to see that here. You can go to back. Weather is on. Go full on that guy. And all is well. All right. So we did all of that. I guess we'll just use the like I said, the basic checklist system in here. We did the starting engines, all that stuff there. Engine button. We did all that. Monitor. Yep. Bleed switch. Yeah, we wait for that one, but it can go on now. Before taxi checklist is our next one. So comm, nav, GPS is set. Altimeter, we have 2987. Transponder is on. Heading bug. So we go boop, boop, boop. Heading bug is going to be set. Oh, we're taking off a runway heading, so runway 10. We can change it to that, I suppose. Initial altitude, we don't know what it's going to be, but we're going down southeast, so we're going to be even. So let's just go with 5. Set. Flight controls are free and correct. Trim, I set that to 3 degrees. Actually, I'm going to go 2. 3's too much for me. Okay, that's set. Flaps 50%. Toga, press that button. We have takeoff, checked. Flight director, pitch 10 degrees. right. Flight director pitch is good. Parking brake, we'll release that. And before taxi, checklist complete. Give a call for taxi.
6 Yankee 8 traffic November 71216 is taxiing to runway 10.
Lane light on. Move my seat here. Move this over. I think it's better to take a turn out to the right. No, absolutely not. To the left. Yeah. Grim Reaper in the middle of pre-flight and takeoff. We'll talk when we get up to cruise. I'm missing you guys. I'm sorry. If we don't focus up, we don't fly the airplane. Away she goes. And on the taxi too, I can look. Let's welcome our passengers.
Madam, good morning, and welcome aboard this first-class Wings flight to Brighton Township. I'm your captain and pilot today. Estimated flight time is 39 minutes. We're on time for departure, waiting for takeoff clearance.
Oh yeah,
I'll keep
safety
you informed
pins.
during the flight if anything
Thank
important
you.
comes up. Thank you.
Now we're on our taxi. We get that bad weather bonus though, so that's good. Okay. I'm reading chat. I'm sorry. We entered a runway. This happens when I do read chat. See, we make mistakes. Happens every single time. I'm not gonna turn off battery 1. You wouldn't do that in a real airplane. It's just a bug. We entered the runway. We're on the runway right now. We absolutely did. I'm concerned about this tailwind, though. I am concerned about the tailwind. What's up, Boots? How you doing? Indeed, this is a runway. Glenn Ruby, thank you very much for the resubscription there. 2 months in a row. Let's go. And Raging OKC Thunder, thank you very much for gifting a subscription to GRM Reaper 23. Thank you so much for that. All right, we're taking off on 10. That lineup. That was a perfect lineup. All right. We're going to do the engine anti-ice on. We're going to do the wing stab because we're going to be in the clouds soon. We'll keep the windshield off until we see visible. Probe heat comes on. And we'll turn the ice lights on. Why not? All right. We're going to hold the brakes. Actually, let's do our checklist. Before takeoff checklist. Landing lights on, pitot heat on, engine ice protection on, wing stabilizer ice protection on. Wait, it says it should be off. Okay, well. Guess it won't be on. So we're actually in the clouds. Trim set, flaps set. Before takeoff checklist complete. All right, hold the brakes. Take off power, release the brakes. Here we go. For 85. Left crosswind correction. That wind is ridiculous at our tail. On up we go. How's the climb? Got the brakes, gear up.
Minneapolis Center, November 71216. Is type 1 miles east of 6 Yankee, 1,000 feet. Request flight following.
November 71216 Minneapolis Center.
There's squawk.
112.
Above 115, bring our flaps up.
Squawk 1112216.
216 radar contact 2 miles east of 6 Yankee, 1,800 feet altimeter 29er. Speed train.
Yes.
Roger 216.
Nose down, like for 165. MCT. So much you got to do all at once. Because of the stupid ATC module I do not enjoy dealing with.
Request IFR to 45 Golf, ready to copy.
November 71216 is cleared to 45 Golf Airport is filed. Clock
4,000, really? Okay.
November 71216, cleared to 45 Golf Airport is filed. Squawk 1112.
What is this nav doing, dude? It's stupid.
correct. Radar contact 3,900 feet altimeter 29er.
This is obnoxious. Can I please cancel my IFR?
Proceed on course climb and maintain 4,000 feet.
We're at 4,000 feet, you idiot.
Turn
Just
left
cancel this stupid IFR. I do not want to listen to this stupid ATC anymore than I have to. Cancel it.
Minneapolis Center
Thank you.
216 would like to cancel IFR.
We're in the clouds, you dummy.
IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Clock 1200. Maintaining VFR. Frequency.
Thank you. Bye.
Good day.
Uh-huh. See ya. Oh, wrong button. Whatever. We have ice on the windshield. Put it on the low. The wing stab on. Not sure why they wouldn't want you to do that. All right, let's keep this coming along here. Get our auto throttle on. Get on course here. That wind is whipping. Whipping. The nose down to 165 here. We're going up to 310. Yeah, the default ATC module is just not good. And I really want the option to turn that off in career. If it worked great, we would use it, but it doesn't. Okay, we're going 165 for FLC. 165. We had to play their ATC games. There we go. Get our autopilot on. Airplane's going to pitch for that 165 and the climb. And climb FMS, APYD, FLC looking good. Flaps are up, lights are out. Let's do our checklist. In flight. Let's climb. Thrust lever is maximum, continuous, checked. Engine parameters, we're in the green, monitoring that. Pressurization down here is looking good. Ice protection is required. We've got IPS on. Altimeter is 2987 currently. Will be at 18, will be different. All right, we made it out of there. Can you believe it? I get caught up the chat. Hold on. Why did the music stop? There we go. I'm not sure why it did that, but it did. She's a rockin' captain. What's up, Grammar Hero? All right, we had Steve Carroll gifting out 5 subscriptions. Thank you so much, Steve. If you guys got one from Steve, be sure to say thank you. I truly appreciate that. Ian Gentry, hey Juppin, sub since 2013, was on hiatus for some time and I'm back. Good to see you, man. Appreciate it. What is the recommended climb speed for FLC in the Vision? Spectre, 165 knots. As you can see there, that's what we have set as well. Climbing at 165. Nice view here of us breaking through the clouds. 310 is not bad, absolutely. Doing some cloud surfing, you know it, Alex. FMC auto throttle in the Vision Jet always overspeeds my craft. You need to, you know, manipulate it by going into manual mode and changing that. Diluted knowledge, it wasn't working before. I don't know if it is now. We can always test to see, but then we can do it. All right, we're above the clouds. We're outside of the clouds, so we can go to turn our windshield anti-ice off and wing stab can come off. We'll leave the engine on for now. Actually, we're out of the engine. But the thing is we're negative 12. See, I'm just gonna leave it on. Real Vision Jet pilots have talked about it. There's different training procedures or facilities that teach the Vision Jet flying. And some say you can leave on the engine anti-ice all the time. The FADEC system takes care of it. It's a very, very slight change in power. And the other ones say just use it in visible moisture. So it's a sim. We're just gonna keep it on. Why not? Waiting for 18,000 there. Dave's doing just fine. If Dave wants to address the public, he will do so on his own time. How do you bring up the tab option, turn on tasks like career mode and free flight? Talking about this little bullseye? I just close it and open it up with the bullseye menu. Way to fix the bandwidth error? I do not know. Grim Reaper, we went over everything in the very beginning of the stream with the patch fix. If you want to read about it, you can read about it right there. We're not going to go over all of it again. Where are we going? We're going to Detroit. We're going to take our jet south. We're getting out of there. Getting out of there. Have a look at this airplane from the outside view. We finally have color. We have the correct color on our Vision Jet now. I love that. Look at that beauty. All right. It's vibe time. Let's vibe out. Wrong button. That's not the vibe. Stupid thing. Hopefully we can get a good song. Jeez Louise. There we go. One simply must have a glass of champagne when going to Detroit. But of course, anything you wish. Flying high above the clouds at 31,000 feet today is what is planned. I think I'll have the caviar today. Caviar it is, sir. Let me get you some champagne and caviar. One simply must see Detroit during the winter storms. It is something so beautiful, you know. Yes, the winter storms lately have been ravishing the northern end of the United States as I see it. Can we go to Mar-a-Lago? I don't believe that is in the plans for now. Well, I suppose I'll have my Cuban cigar then. Wait a minute. We're not allowed to have any smoking devices on the airplane, from what I know.
Well, folks, good evening. On the flight deck up here. Just a few bumps on the way out. We're going slowly making our way up to 31,000 feet today. On our way down to Detroit. We appreciate you being patient there for our departure. We'll have it there on time in about the next hour. We'll see you on the ground.
Oh dear, I do hope I can use my DVD player my grandson got me last year. I did bring it. Or perhaps I'll have a browse through Excel spreadsheet for the company. The music. Can you please turn that up? I love this tune. As you wish, sir. As you wish. Only the finest people fly on a Vision Jet, you know? Only the finest. Nothing more. And nothing less. All right. Well, we're on our way up to 310. You don't like the new medium cargo times? Yeah, the thing is, the way I see it is, you know, with the medium cargo, they're forcing us to these 3.5 hour flights. Or they are making us do these ridiculously long flights in the medevac. I would just use time acceleration, honestly. If you don't have 3.5 hours, 4 hours to fly on a turboprop, I would use time acceleration, personally. I can understand that. And cheap yoke you would recommend? I'm using the cheapest of the cheap right now. I'm using the Thrustmaster HOTAS 1, baby. $99. $99. Even says Microsoft Flight Simulator up there on top. You can see it. Well, maybe. Maybe. So cheap you can just pick it up. Super lightweight. Once I got the S curves on it, it was good to go. Oh yeah, it says Microsoft Flight Sim right here. And Thrustmaster here. Big thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring all of these wonderful Flight Sim streams. The thing is, they sent me the HOTAS 1 and they said, hey, if you want to use it, you can use it. If not, you know, whatever. We just want to give you one as a gift. And I was like, sure. Thank you. And I actually love it. I actually enjoy using it. because I can play Flight Sim on my main PC right here on the 4090 and not in my Flight Sim room. Because in the Flight Sim room, you have to set up all the camera stuff. It's just, I need to go in and get the whole thing configured for the new sim, and I haven't done that yet. Does it teach you how to fly, Graham? Yes, there are some basic lessons, but they seem to work pretty well. I'm going to close that out. I don't know why it keeps opening YouTube. Thank you. I don't need to watch YouTube right now. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Boots, we gave that league away a long time ago, man. I have no interest in doing an iRacing league anymore. Beautiful view, though, out here, man. Look at these clouds today. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Where's Charles? Is he back there? That's Charles. That's who had that accent, by the way. That's who had the accent. If you're wondering, just letting you know. Anthony S., you have to assign one. We use it if the sim kicks us out, or we like have a glitch in the matrix and we have to hurry back to the point we were just at. That's when we use it. It's basically, it doesn't work. This is supposed to be, these are supposed to light up during the fire test and all that, but nothing on the overhead panel works for oxygen masks and all that. That's all the overhead panel is. This is your lighting. Very night lighting. Your map lights. I believe you can do, the thing is, I made the mistake of looking at the Flight Effects Vision Jet for 2020 when it was payware. And even on their Discord, they have said that they don't, it's not the same product, essentially. The downside to that, and here's the dilemma I have, is that third-party aircraft from other developers are not able to be used in career mode. Now, here's my proposal for the whole situation. I think they need to go through a vetted process where, hey, we have this third-party airplane we would like to use in career mode. We think it would be a great fit. Send it, and then they can approve to make sure there's nothing insane in there that's going to allow them to cheat and all that, whatever their whole thing behind that is, which makes no sense to me anyway, because it's a single-player, mission-based career mode. There's no reason to care about if somebody's cheating through it, other than their accolades of being like, I got an S tier with this and this and this. I think the more Asobo's going to be closed off to the idea of it, the more people are going to push on that door and start doing some nefarious things, such as file edits and things like that. They encrypted all their airplanes. So I think it would be cool if they could get that approved, and then they could bring third-party airplanes into career mode. That's the reason why I fear career will die out in popularity, is because nobody wants to be stuck to just these default airplanes. They're not going to do it. I'm telling you that right now. They're not going to. I can see that becoming a problem. Yeah, somebody will get around it. But the more that Asobo pushes back on it, the more people are going to want to do it, honestly. But I really love the career mode. I love the fact that we go from point A to point B based on where clients want to go. Places I would never fly in my life want to go. I love that part of the career mode. But it will die. That whole novelty will die off quickly. And somebody will go to like NeoFly or something like that to continue a career rather than just dealing with default airplanes. Nobody wants to fly the default airplanes. We know this based off of everything we've seen in the past. From, people buying third-party airplanes to continue longevity of the sim. I don't think anybody would be flying 2020 even today if they were only allowed to fly default airplanes. It wouldn't happen. Yeah, they encrypted so other developers can too. That would be, yeah, that guy. That makes sense. That would be the idea. Yeah, you have on air, you have pilot's life, you have a lot of options when it comes to career modes. Man, look at the jet stream right here. 105 knots off the right nose. Look at the crab we have on the map. Isn't that nuts? That is wild. We got out of all that bad stuff. On our way to Detroit, Michigan. Speaking of Detroit, have y'all seen the show Detroiters? If you haven't seen Detroiters, you're missing out. If you like, I think you should leave Tim Robinson style comedy with Sam Richardson. Dude, it is fantastic. Detroiters is up there in shows for me. At least with the other career modes, you can use Beyond ATC. Exactly. You can use Beyond ATC and you can use Stay Intentions and things like that in this career mode. You just have to do what I did. You have to just cancel the IFR, but you still have to deal with it. The thing is they're going to dock you points on your airline procedures if you don't talk to ATC. But if you cancel the IFR, you'll get a perfect score. Unless you miss your radio callouts on landing. But if you get up in the air and you don't want to listen, you don't want to deal with the ATC asking you questions all the time when you're just trying to fly, you know, you can simply do that. Just cancel the IFR and you're good to go. For these streams, I have to cancel the IFR. I cannot read chat and all that stuff and then have that going on. Speaking of which, we'll get caught up here in a second. We had okay, well that's weird. Thought I missed something lit up over there. Thought I had missed something. Wish you could actually talk to ATC through your headset. I know, right? With the AI, that'd be pretty darn cool. Our airspeed right now is 154. We just now got to cruise. We're pushing towards Mach 0.520. We got a ways to go there, but with the headwind we have right now, we're doing across the ground 210. So this is horrible performance flying up in the jet stream. And since we're not getting real-time real-world weather, I don't know. I don't know how to even go about finding out what that data was at that time, you know? Because normally I'd open up Navigraph and I would just use the overlays for the winds aloft at, 310. We go off of that, but what are you gonna do? We got a contrail out here. Look at that. I really want my parallel 42 to work. That'd be nice. All right, Ragin, have a good night. We'll see you soon. Take care. Yeah, and that's the main thing that I'm saying is with career mode, the more they lock it down, the less people are going to want to play it. They're going to have to be open-minded about this in order for it to survive. Otherwise, what's going to happen is, if it's too clamped down, people are just going to do all the ratings, get all the airplanes, get all the stuff unlocked, and just go, I beat the game, and they're done. And they're not wrong. This should be a never-ending game if they do it right. Oh, just Mamba, yeah. The Cirrus Vision Jet flies at 30,000 feet, 31,000 feet, RVSM, based on the direction you're going. But that's their cruise up at 31. We're at right now. Yeah, Anthony, I'm just not a fan of like METAR like base station weather. I like to have an atmosphere I'm flying through. At least for me. Nice view out there. All right, turn off the cam for a second. We're just gonna cruise along here, listen to some music, vibe out while we're waiting. Palm trees, yes. If you don't know anything about flying, you can pick this game up. You can do the training missions and learn the basics. Have a look at what Brain Gap's been doing. He doesn't know anything, and he's been just using the training modules, and he's been successfully making flights from point A to point B in career mode. Dragon Drew, you do have to do maintenance on these airplanes. Failures are in the sim. That's why we always do our walkarounds, because if you find something wrong with the airplane, you can back out, and then you can fix it before you do the mission. And that's what you're supposed to do. You don't want an engine failure or something, or ailerons to break or something big, brakes failures and things like that in career mode. You'll lose your airplane if you crash it. Awesome, Codex. Glad we could help you. Have you flown the Caravan yet? I am new to it, but I'm having issues with the reverse thruster when landing. I play it, it doesn't affect. Yeah, so I have mine set to a toggle button. So when you press it, it's a press and hold. So set that to a button, and then when you advance the throttle, it'll put it in reverse. You just got to make sure that that's set up. If you look up reverser in the search bar, that's where you'll find it. Reaper says, I had my engine cut out on a mission in the jet. Parachute came in handy, but the maintenance was crazy cost. Yeah. So there you go. You got to take care of your airplanes and do regular maintenance on them. Yes, the parachute system, the cap system works in the sim, yes. Which is good. You'll salvage your airplane. It'll be expensive, though. Set to hold. If you like to hold it, toggle means you just press the button and then advance the throttle. But sometimes you can forget which one you're in. I like to have a button to hold so I know I'm in reverse. Because whenever you're taxiing the Caravan, you should be in low idle, and then you use reverse/beta to taxi at a reasonable speed. So one thing Mav has been telling me that Say Intentions is really, really good in career mode. And they have a new thing where you have a co-pilot and you can ask them any question in AI and they'll answer you. So I think we're gonna bring that into our career mode here shortly, probably for the next streams. Emergency auto return will work in this sim on this airplane if there is a nearby airport for it to fly to. I experimented yesterday with the emergency auto land feature yesterday in the Cirrus. Absolutely so damn cool and crazy. Yeah, it has full auto land features or capabilities. I've never done an auto land in this airplane though, so I don't know. I assume you shoot like an RNAV approach or whatever and it just auto lands. I have FS Realistic, I just don't have it installed on this PC. I do need to get it. We're very bare bones stock on the sim. I've been very, very slow to add add-ons to it. Just because you know, it's in the infancy stage. You want to fly on DCS? No one's stopping you, man. Have at her. Cool if the co-pilot would read the checklist a lot for you. Yeah, I agree. Now with FS Realistic, if we install that, I think it's outside of the sim, right? We don't have to have it in the community folder? No, we do. I'm pretty sure it will require a sim restart. Yeah, Volanta works fine. Oh, I got you. You don't have a PC, Reaper. So in the Caravan, it doesn't matter what RPM or speed I'm at, the reverser should work, period. It should work when you're in idle. You pull it back, pull your power up to idle, and then press the button and push the throttle forward. You can't just throw her into reverse. Andrew James still flying the 172 without a company. Really sucks. Well, man, just enjoy every flight you have, because once you get out of the Skyhawk, you're going to miss parts of it. Loading the update? No, it happened instantaneous for me. I didn't have to wait very long for it to update. The update took about, I'd say, a minute and a half to install. Autoland will work at any time. Click the button. It will not work the first time. Hit the autopilot, then hit emergency autoland. Oh, yeah, I got you. No, I'm talking about autoland. The airplane has capability of autoland on a normal without hitting that button. Autopilot must be engaged to use the button. That makes sense. One thing they got wrong is the button's supposed to be green right now, and it's red. That should be green when we're in flight. After 600 feet AGL. Oh, I never redlined my engines. Yeah, you can damage them. Getting some better speed now. We're at 254 across the ground, it looks like. Look at that beauty. Melon Lord, whenever you're shooting a RNAV approach or whatever, you just don't disengage. Just don't disengage the autopilot. It should do an auto land. Yeah, Dresh, that is nice. I agree, Melon. I really like the Vision Jet the more I've learned to fly it. It's super light, you know? That's why it's so fast. All right. Turn our music down. We good. We vibed out for a little bit there. Yeah, no problem, Codex. I appreciate the support, man. Plane do I plan on getting next? I don't know. I'm thinking we're going to save up because we're at 2 mil now. We save up 8 mil, we can buy a Sky Courier. So I think that's what we're going to do for the company. I'll fly in this one, the only non-rotorcraft I fly. There you go, DSM. Even got a helicopter pilot to fly. Fixed wing. Been loving flying every night with you. Better than all alone. Absolutely, Rebel. I get it. If somebody's streaming and I'm just flying on the weekend or something, I always have somebody up. I know, Andrew, the student became the teacher in the end of the day, didn't we? I didn't know anything about the Vision Jet. And then I went down a long rabbit hole of reading documents, watching YouTube videos of the real thing, compiling all this information just so I could teach it. It should be WASP capable, Tommy. It should auto land on a ILS approach. I don't ever mess with auto land, so I don't know. Somebody wants to Google how to shoot an auto land in the Vision Jet. We could try it. Andrew James, I appreciate the help though, man. I don't think the thing is it's impossible for anyone to know how to fly every airplane correctly and proficiently. It's impossible unless you are type rated and you spend a lot of time learning that airplane. That's why it's, as a sim pilot, it's difficult to go from the Vision Jet to the Skyhawk to an A320 to a 737 to a Caravan to a whatever and know how to fly all of it perfectly. That's why I do like within career mode, you get focused on one airplane and you learn all the procedures on it, and hopefully you'll remember it the next time you fly it. But checklists are a good way to help with that. Nitrous Blue, what's up? You're absolutely welcome, man. Yeah, we'll do some bush flights, Reaper. We do some multiplayer stuff from time to time. I see why this said it was gonna be a long flight. It's because we're dealing with this headwind, man. It is killing our flight. 118 knot headwind. We're at the halfway point though, so it's not gonna take 3 hours and 30 minutes. That's insane. Zach, honestly, I've been really enjoying the break from the airliners. I see so many people just jumping right back in the airliners. I'm like, man, just enjoy the GA flying, something different. Blue Eyed Tom, yes, I'm always live on YouTube as well, if it's available, as those servers sometimes don't like to work. That's not a tail knot, T-Storm. 119 headwind. I was hoping for those northern winds to come south and push us on this flight, but they are not. Yeah, fuel looks like it's accurate now. I agree. Wind speed on the PFD? PFD options. Well, on the G3, on 1000, you just press the button to PFD options. There's got to be... the inset map. That's actually really cool. I like that. Because we don't have traffic, we could do that. But HSI map. You have the map on the HSI. It's really cool. Or off. We'll find it in a second here. Should have been in PFD settings. Maybe it's on by default on this airplane. I don't know. I don't know about all that. Our flight plan. Let's have a look and see our destination here. Runway 22 we're landing on. It'll be 973. Put that in there. Let's see if we can see a top of drop now. Not really. We don't have a runway 22 into there. Let's put our proc page. Visual 22. That's what it will be. Do straight. We'll just load it, not activate it. Now we have a top of descent there. That's a weird path for that, dude. They have a hold or something going straight final. Okay. Maybe straight wasn't good to use. That is strange looking. It's gonna be a straight in pretty much. Remove that approach. I don't like the way it looks. We'll just go. We'll just go off of what we got here. It's gonna be visual. They don't have any instruments into the airport. Let's see if what vectors looks like on it. Let's load that one up. That looks better. I like that one better, actually. We'll be starting our descent soon here. We're getting closer to the airport. No, we're still about halfway out. You don't see a top of descent on this. I haven't seen any night missions. Nope. Have not seen that. Almost got stuck in Salt Lake with my mom and dad because the pilots of our flight were trying to land in Boise, but couldn't see anything due to real bad viz. We trapped in New York City because the tug driver broke the pin on the main gear, pushing us out. Oh my lord. That would not be good. Yeah, Edward, we were going over that earlier. I explained that in the tutorial too. We're in the Vision Jet, Arctic. Yep. No crashes in career mode, Bust and Chop. Couple bumps and bobs, that's about it so far. Let you guys vibe out. I'll be right back. We have returned. Gotta be getting close now, right? Still not seeing the top of the descent though. That's interesting. We'll vector ourselves here shortly. I live in the U.S. in St. Louis, Missouri. Got a 10 initially here. Get our heading bug synced up here left. Let's go 150 on the heading. Go into manual speed mode, drop it down. Vertical speed down we go. Ascend about 1,800 feet per minute. That'll work for initial. I'll go direct here. Should redraw that once we get closer. We should. There was a ferry flight that annoyed me so much in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 where the plane you are ferrying starts with a tree in front of the plane. The only way to get past it was to turn the trees down. Oh, that's dumb. Yeah, I need to turn the trees down anyway. I think they're too much, right? What do you think is a realistic value? Have you guys turned your trees down? I'm using Baijian Seasons, but we'll see how it looks on the way in. Keep our little cheat window open here so we don't miss anything. It is cold out. Outside air temperature is negative 43 C right now. Wing stabs coming on as we're going to cross through the clouds. We'll pick up icing in these clouds. More than likely. ATC tab is this little guy, little chat bubble. Leave it on high for detail. Gotcha, Av. I'll have to change that. Even with Baijian Seasons, there's a lot of places that it's still not accurate. I think Ultra, everybody cranks it to Ultra, and I think that's the reason why we look like broccoli. I thought it was chat for, it looks like it should be chat for multiplayer, right? But it's not. The jet should be frozen negative 43? Not really. We're at 26,000 feet. It's cold up here. Oh, I missed that turn. I was not paying attention. I was reading chat. Whoopsie daisies. My bad. Seeing the graphics are bad when it's ultra. No, we're talking about the trees. Just talking about trees, that's all. There's no time to cross over that. Turn our music down. We get ready for this arrival. My bad. Completely just zoned out. I was reading chat and I never even saw us cross over the final approach course. Is our fuel low? Yep, we knew that was going to happen. I think we're way closer to the airport than we wanted to be. We're gonna just keep doing a couple turns here. We'll be all right. We don't have any visual on the airport yet anyway. A toque. This is a beanie. Got a nice fleece to it. It's cold, man. I'm wearing it because it's cold. I have a bald head. Marco, that's not what we're talking about. We were talking about the trees. I'm confused. You get below these clouds, we'll be able to see the airport. Cannot see it yet. I really screwed this up. We started our descent late because I had to go to the bathroom, and then I was reading chat and we missed our entire approach. GRM Reaper, we don't really do anything with channel points here. They're just here just to exist, but we don't really do much with them. If somebody gets a shout out, they get a shout out. But this thing doesn't even alert me whenever somebody uses their channel points. It's annoying. We don't use them. We used to, and then people would always just be like, they'd save them all up, and you just do a barrel roll or do this, and it's just like, no. It turned our content into a clown show. I really decided a good way to use them here. CRP is still up and running. Yep. Doing just fine. We don't care if people are real LEO or not. It does not matter. In fact, a lot of the real LEO can be problematic, more so than you would think. We've been on the Twitch platform forever, since the Justin TV days, and I agree. I was never a fan of the channel points. They seem gimmicky. We should be able to break out here soon. We'll see stuff. All right. Do we have any? Oh, we have no descent checklists or anything. Interesting. Okay. Only after we shut down. Everybody on the ground shortly. All right, the throttle's gonna come off. Now we're good for a straight in approach. Let's see if that's the case. 180, we're below 190. First notch flaps comes out 50%. Bring that up now. There we go. New update so far so good. We'll see. We shall see. One to go. $1,500. Activate the approach. Autopilot's off my airplane. Hello. Bring it back on the glide path here. Should be on approach mode, but there we go, glide path. Should grab it once we get lower. Coming down to it now. It's gotta be the runway right off our nose. It's a small airplane, it gets bounced around. Nothing wrong with that. We're in the middle of landing phase, guys. I will talk to y'all once we get on ground. Gotta fly the airplane. I got the runway in sight. Let's keep on coming down, pull our power. Get the wing anti-ice off here. There we go. All right, gear down. Flaps full. That's just a bug. The flaps are not iced up. VREF's 85, it looks like. Gears down, 3 green. Flaps are full. We're gonna have to make a last minute call. You know how this sim goes with that. Get on VREF here. Winds are much better now. They definitely fixed it. We're not getting those crazy tornado winds down low. We gotta add power in this airplane at low speeds.
.500.
They're gonna have me contact this stupid. They're gonna have to make an announcement when we're 1 mile out. You watch. It's so difficult to hit that enter button when we're in the middle of this. I need to set it to a button on the stick. Definitely. Pretty good power setting and approach. Looking good. This is gonna be bugged, isn't it? This is not looking good. Oh, no. We're good. Land on runway. All right. This is a sidewalk we're landing on here. Go brakes. Tiny, tiny runway for the Vision Jet, but we got her done. All right, left turn here. I'm just hold short. Flaps coming up. Now it's our taxi.
6 Yankee 8 traffic November 71216 is taxiing to parking.
Dun, dun. It's a small little airport, man. When I was doing my private training, we landed on an airport like this before, with a Skyhawk in it. Feels like you're landing on a sidewalk. It's like 50 foot wide. I mean, 25 on this one. Even less. All right, so that's all up. Let's do our checklist. We even have one. Post flight shutdown will be next. All right, yeah, we'll get that. It's interesting with this airplane. You kind of go down the checklist as you're doing it, rather than doing something with a flow and then checking it. That's the way they made it. Oh, we never came off of stair. Oh, well, I wasn't paying attention to that anyway. We made a lot of mistakes. That's the thing about, I don't mind it. I'd rather talk to you guys in chat than fly perfectly.
That was a smooth ride.
All right, thrust lever is idle. Engine ice protection is off. Bleed air goes to fresh. Master oxygen's off. Lights are going off. Gen switch is off. Wait, did we shut the engine? Oh, no, you do it then that. Okay, so you do all of these and then you shut it down. Interesting. Didn't realize that. No, then the bat switches go off. So you do all engine, all this buttons, gen switches down, leave your batteries on till monitor 2 into indication, but sure, decreases to 24%. Then, okay, I see. So we go all the way off except for the bats, and then engine shutdown, we watch, and then batteries off. Okay. That's how they have it, us do it in the checklist. I don't know if that's correct, but we'll see. We shall see. Does cockpit have any backup instruments? Not that I see. None that I see. Airline procedures, I don't know how it's because whenever you cancel IFR, man, I don't care. I just don't care about that. You prefer cloudy days or clear days? I like cloudy days. If you notice how they removed the comma, makes no sense. But still, that was a pretty good run. Take that money. Yeah, we got hit by the rep. Big time on the reputation just because of the ATC flub. So dumb. Should I get turboprop endorsement or Jet next? I'd go a Jet. Go Jet and get yourself a Vision Jet for 710,000 credits. But if you have to do the turboprop eventually, so you might as well do that and then you get those missions, but I don't want to worry about it. Can we get out of here and we go south? All right, we have some options here. Nothing goes south, dude. That drives me nuts. Even that, everything's north. I want to go south. Stop making me go places I don't want to go. Oh, this is Canada. Be a nice tailwind too. You see what I'm talking about? We get no south options. This south goes back to a place we've already been. I don't want to do that. I want to go this way, and there's no jobs going this way. Not even in cargo. That's why it's better to just move the plane. Just do it manually. So you'll never get out if you do it that way. Maybe they unlock Columbus. I'm done flying around the Great Lakes, man. We've done nothing but the Great Lakes recently. I have nothing that gets us out of here, this area. That's the problem. Yeah, I know you can open up new spots. I'm talking about the missions. They should gradually move you in places, and they're not doing that. Could open up Pittsburgh area. Or Columbus, Ohio. Get Ohio done. Maybe we can get some runs out of there to go south. Nothing down here. And Florida's been really terrible with missions. What does this one do? It goes to Knoxville. It's so expensive to move the plane. You guys don't realize how expensive it is to move the plane. It might be worth going up to Canada for this run. See that there? Can't. CNA 3. And Barrie Air Park. Another tiny runway. That is not a big runway at all. No, you can't free fly your airplane. I wish we could ferry our plane where we want to go. We own the plane. We buy the fuel. We should be able to go where we want to go. You know what I mean? Not this. But yeah, none of these are just, they're all just, they want you to go to the same spots over and over. I'm kind of done with this area. We've flown a lot of it. It's not too expensive to move the plane this far down. That's why I'm thinking maybe you go to Cleveland and hope for the best. You know? Burke Lakefront Airport. Maybe we do this. Let's see how much it costs to move the plane to a mission in this area. Ooh, we have some VIP. Here we go. This was worth it. It was worth making this run. We'll have a tailwind too for that. I think we do this one. 730H. Thompson Drag Raceway. This is a drag strip. What? What? Going to W73, Washington 73. Mid-Atlantic Soaring Center. Oh, it's a glider port. Tiny airport. My God. These are not good for the Vision Jet. This is why I always check this, man. Mitigate any damage that could happen. HZY is an actual airport. It is tiny, but hey, that's all right. Ashtabula. The PA-35. It disappeared. There it is. PA-35. It's a farm. Dude, smallest runway I think I've ever seen in my life. They are nuts. This is KLL and going to 4GO in Pittsburgh. What's 4GO? Monroeville. This is doable. It's tiny, but it's doable. Let me do this one. It's short too. That's a short run. Won't take 2 hours. That's for damn sure. Boarding soon, y'all. Let's do it. You flown in PA-35 in a Cub, not exactly vision friendly. Yeah. No kidding, man. IFR. Let's just wing it. We'll wing it. We'll get fuel. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'm not getting real-time missions. Getting real-world weather, not real-time. All right. Distance to fuel, 105, 932 pounds. What? 932 is what's required, I suppose. That doesn't make sense. We're going to go to the green like we've always done it. Let's do it. This is a short hop. This should be a quick one. Yeah, so Flo, I would like to see a filter of airports we can actually operate in and out of. Ooh, it's rainy. And cold, I bet. Cold and rainy. All right. Oh, yeah, look at the dirt we picked up on our flight. It's actually working in career mode now. It wasn't before. That's part of the new patch. You actually get dirt to where you actually have to wash your planes. That's pretty cool. Looks like we actually operated the airplane, you know? Not brand new. All good. Go with that one. Trust those because we don't touch those anyway. It's fine. Okay, that's weird. I can't even get to those on this side. Green. As long as we're in the green, we're fine. All right. Well, here we go. Let's get this going here. Defog's on. We got heat blowing in here. Let's warm the airplane up for them.
Proceeding to boarding now. Ladies and gentlemen, please come aboard and take your seat. Roger that, Captain. They're on their way. Have a good flight.
Nice car. Yeah, see, we actually have dirt on the
Ladies
plane.
and gents,
It's
welcome
great.
aboard.
Nice to meet you, Captain.
Nice to meet you.
I'll need to make some calls. I hope the signal hold up. If
I'm
you
sure
can
it
make
will.
It's good. I'd really appreciate Captain. Thanks.
Your balance is good. Flight plan. Takeoff data. Accept that. Flight plan for you. Speed bugs on. These are fine. Standby on for you. You're good. Initial altitude, we're going down that way. We'll just go to 5,000 initially. We'll see what they give us. That works for me. Nav mode's fine. Let's start this thing up. Run position. Fuel pumps on. Let's do our checklist. Pre-flight's done. Before starting engine, pre-flight inspection complete. Parking brakes set. Bats are on. Gen's on. Start. Strobe lights are on. Thrust levers idle. Brakes are on. Engine knobs to run. Engine button. Here we go. Wait for light off. There it is.
Just wanted to drop by and say hello
Pressed.
before you leave for Monroeville. Mrs. Strand.
Watching
will
our
join
engine
you on board
instruments here.
soon. She's close to one of our
Monitoring
top clients
these.
who booked the flight for her. Well, it's about time.
Main two's looking
Provide her
good.
with the finest service.
And one's
I know I can
rising
count on you.
in the
Have a good
green.
flight, Captain.
Engine anti-ice on. Master oxygen is on. Avionics initialization complete. Bleed switch goes to bleed in a minute. For taxi. Nav GPS set. Altimeter is 2980. Transponder is set. Heading bug. Put that on runway heading. 232. All right, 232. Initial altitude is good. Flight controls. Free and correct. Trim. Set. Flaps. 50. Toga. Flight director pitch 10. Parking brake will be released. Remove our pins. I think that's part of the other one. Pre-flight. Released. And we're good. Next will be before takeoff. Sweet. Give a call.
Kilo Lima November traffic November 71216 is taxiing to runway 23.
Good here. Going down this way. Okay. Not sure where they want us to taxi, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye. Let's welcome everybody on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our flight team, we would like to welcome you on board Flight Pack 2814 bound for Monroeville. Our flight time will be 20 minutes. We expect an on-time departure.
Yeah,
and
20
we're
minutes.
currently ready
Very
for
quick.
takeoff.
Short
I'll
hop.
keep you informed
Easy.
of any key updates as we go through the flight. Thank you.
All right, I see where we're going now. All right, still all the new missions. Tires and windows were dirty. Nice. Flying to Teterboro, New Jersey in career mode. See weather. Visibility is brutal. Oh yeah, I like it though. You want us to go down this way? Oh, I'm not taking the runway. You're nuts. That's how you get in trouble. Take the taxiway. Wait, that is not a taxiway. Just kidding. They won't give us an option to announce we're on the runway. We're going to get in trouble for going on the runway. Again. Again. We can't get to the stop hold. There's no way. Without back taxiing. Oh well. Guess we get dinged for points for that. They haven't fixed that yet. Have not fixed that. Okay, we get our bleed air on now. You know, hey, we're taking the runway. Screw it. We don't forget it on the way out. Here it comes. We're gonna get in trouble. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they've fixed the tolerance like that. Nope, there it is. Every time. Can't win. All right, before takeoff, lane lights as required. They're on. Pitot heat's on. Engine ice protection. Engine anti-ice is on. Wing stabs off. Trim is set. Flaps 50. Before takeoff checklist complete. Wind's calm here at least. No tailwind today. No, we have a little bit of a tailwind, but still. We'll take it. Yeah, they want you to taxi to the grass. Not doing that. Not tearing my airplane up. I see a taxi enter the grass just behind you. Yeah, no, it's not. That is not the case. At least they have an actual turnaround spot at this airport for that. That's cool. Husky, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not taxiing my airplane, my Vision Jet, my brand new Vision Jet off-road. I'm not off-roading it. They're nuts. You can't defend that. Nothing to defend. All right, we're clear for takeoff, y'all. 600, 1200 AGL will be, or 600 AGL, so 1200 will be caps alive. 85 knots for rotation speed, 50% on our flaps. Let's go flying, y'all. Talk to you when we get above 10,000 feet. Airspeed's alive. Engines, instruments are in the green. Knots. On back we go. I was ready to tap the brakes. Gear up. Contact ATC. Above 115. Flaps up.
Approach November 7,
MCT.
1216 is type 1 mile southwest
Caps
of
alive.
Kilo, Lima, November 1,100 feet. Request flight following.
Okay. Just walking.
Tree 746216.
Throttle throttle on. Then nose down for 165. Wing stab on in the ice. Oh, that's not good. Acknowledged ATC and it just dumped our avionics or engine. Why?
Roger 216.
They're really trying to screw us, aren't they? Just keep it wings level right now, or IMC.
Approach
That's not good.
Approach November 71216, 2 miles northeast of 60 Oscar, Hotel, 2,700 foot, request IFR.
Put nose down.
4 Golf 0, ready to copy. November 71216 is cleared to 4 Golf 0 airport as filed.
9,000, okay.
November 71216, cleared to 4 Golf 0 airport as filed. Squawk tree 746. 216 feedback correct. Radar contact 3,700 feet, altitude 29er. 80 continue to
I think it dumped our entire flight plan. Yeah, it did. All right, we're gonna have to do this manually, so let's plug the heading up.
Continue to Ahmed following heading 190.
190 on the heading.
Navigation climb and maintain 9,000 feet 216.
We're at right now. Yeah, what are you doing, airplane? Need 165, 165. So much ATC crap you have to deal with right now.
0 for 216.
So much ATC garbage. Please let us have the option to turn that off. All right, we're good on that for now. We're on heading mode. We're just keep that nose down. I want 165. Come on, airplane. Just 165 so we can get into a FLC climb. The 9,000. Then we have to do all this. Then we have to reprogram our flight route. By piece, by piece. Come on. Alright, now we're at FLC. Now we get the autopilot on. We're in heading mode FLC. Keep an eye on it, make sure it's actually doing its job. Fuel quantity miscompare. Once again, we have to reinitialize this sync. Alright, that's good there. We're going to 165. Sweet. 5,500. Still climbing. Ahmet is next. Okay. Well, if only we could. Flight plan. At a waypoint Ahmet. We'll go direct to Ahmet. For now. There we go. Nav mode. Go direct to Ahmet. We're going to be onto there. 202. Get that full back weather again. All right, that's all well and dandy there. We're still in our climb, but it is really not liking it. Why is the power so far back? Oh, it turned our auto throttle off. Thank you, airplane. Thank you for doing what I did not tell you to do. This is why we monitor all of our systems as we're climbing. And we had everything get screwed on us here, so let's give F control to them on that. That's all fine. We're actually in a good climb now, finally. Now we need to find out what's going on with our flight plan. So, flight planner. Out of that. Where are we at here? We're down here. Okay. This is obnoxious. All right. Go to Ahmet, then kids. IDS. Then we go to Zavi. EWC. Want to go. EWC. All right, and then to the airport, basically, which is 4G0. 4 Golf 0. Okay. Four Golf
Ladies and gentlemen,
0.
glad to be your captain today. First, I'd like to welcome everyone on behalf of First Class Wings on Flight Pack 2814.
Pittsburgh Monroe.
We are currently
That's
cruising
it.
at an altitude of 7,800 feet at an airspeed of 150 knots. It's 2 p.m.
Guess we're
and are
flying
expected
at
to land in
good old
Monroe
9,000 today, y'all.
3:10 a.m. local time. Current temperature of 59 degrees Fahrenheit.
We'll
If the
take
weather
it.
cooperates, we should
It's a
get
short
great
flight.
view of the area as we descend. I'll update
All right,
you
we fixed
before
all that
reach
up.
our destination. Until then, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
Not sure why we had an electrical issue there. We're going to have to definitely take the airplane in. That is not good. Ice lights off right now. That's good there. And wing stabs all fine. Still in the clouds. Should have our flight plan in there now. Making more sense to us. And we do. Should be getting our left turn any moment. Be on course. Increasing our speed. Now I see above 250 knots. It's set at 250 right there. We're going to go manual on this speed. Just tick it down just a little bit. We do not need to get that close to the candy stripe. If you even touch the candy stripe, you get dock points. So if we don't have to, we won't. All right. Well, we'll just call that sterile cockpit. We're good now. We lost our entire FMC, had an entire electrical dump on the plane. I don't know what caused that, but we probably need to get the airplane checked out after that happened. That's scary. I don't like that. Cool to see ice build up. Oh, you can have ice build up on the airplane. You can see it. Moloch. I don't know if we're getting any on the airplane right now. That dirt. No, we're pretty good right now. If we get any ice buildup on the windshield, yeah, we'll get rid of it. Safe return work of the game. Yes, it does. Imagine how difficult it was to fly through clouds with modern glass displays with terrain displays. Oh, yeah. That's another thing is, like, once we lost our G3000 here, we had no backup instruments to go off of. I really don't understand the reason why Cirrus doesn't have, they didn't do it this way with this Vision Jet. No standby instruments seems strange. I agree, Douglas. Yes, failures are built into career mode, yes. Yeah, lovely clear skies, right? That rain. All right, we can vibe out a little bit here, y'all. Just a little bit. One thing I'd like to see is the wingtip disappear into the clouds. That'd be cool. talking about. There's plenty of... We're getting cloud turbulence. Look, we're getting bumped around. All right, that was a nice little vibe we had right there. Back to work. I don't know where our top of descent is or anything on this. We're just gonna listen to ATC for the most part. They should vector us. We are currently 5 minutes from Xavi. 24 miles. We aren't going to get close to that airspeed, so that's fine. Let's get our checklist. Climb checklist, thrust levers, MCT, engine params, good. Pressurization's good. Ice protection is required. Altimeter is set. Climb checklist complete. Oh, transition altitude. Yeah, well, we don't have that, so. Next will be our shutdown. Niner 78. All right. What runway we landed on again? Runway 23. Rock page. Approach. Runway 23. Vectors are fine. Load it. Hit OK. Let's see how they vector us here. Well, we're actually relying on ATC today because we are low level in the clouds. Okay, it says the backup instrument is dedicated standby attitude indicator. It's also backup information for altitude and airspeed on a standby display, acting as a traditional steam gauge. Interesting.
I'm on board. I should be there in something like 13 minutes. It's a short hop, so wait for me, okay? Great. See you there.
Going to Xavi. Xavi. Mine's low. She gets cell service. She gets cell service even at 30,000 feet. What are you talking about? Tom, she's talking to somebody on the phone. Tailwind, 39 knot tailwind, man. We are doing 290 knots across the ground. Indicated 233. Cell phones don't mess with planes. They do not. Takes one hell of a magnet or whatever to do that. Cell phone mode or airplane mode for your cell phones more so you don't kill your battery because it's constantly searching for a signal. You know? Battery backups with the instruments and PFDs in this case. Batteries hold enough juice to get you down safely in the event of an electrical failure. There you go. Well, not in that case, it didn't. That was a sim bug. I mean, it just killed. And it happened the moment we talked to ATC on something, so it's like it control-eat it. Or control-shift-eat it. Yeah, so Flo, but they did that. Did you see that Mythbusters where they did that to see how much of a deviation it was, and it was like nothing? Hey, we got a breakout. Enjoy it while you can. We're going right back into it. In real life, my furthest round trip in a Cessna was from Fort Lauderdale to Atlanta and back. And then in a Metro was St. Louis to Wichita and back. Well, St. Louis, Springfield, Wichita, Springfield, St. Louis. Yeah, if you haven't seen the Mythbusters on cell phones and airplanes, it was an interesting one. They had to use this giant magnet to get any deviations. It's just a regulation. I understand why it's there, but it's dumb. If it was dire, they'd put everybody's phone into a Faraday cage before you boarded the plane. Your cell phone would be put in a Faraday cage under the plane if it was detrimental. Yeah, it makes sense having the redundancy, but the sim did not see it that way. We had a full failure on everything. Talking about there's no turbulence. Are you not seeing the airplane get thrown around in the clouds? I mean, I'm seeing. Am I crazy? Am I the only one seeing the airplane get tossed around in the clouds? I'm surprised there is cloud turbulence. Look, we have no turbulence right now. We're gonna get into this cloud ahead of us, and it's gonna get rocked. We're not flying through a thunderstorm. A realistic turbulence is on by default. You cannot turn that off in career mode. See, we didn't have any turbulence in that one, but this is a thin cloud. The density is not really high. We're about to go through some moderate precip, so we'll get rocked around. It's not doing it right now, but it was when we were in the clouds. Yep, there we go. Now see, we're entering the moderate precip, so we're gonna get bumped around a little bit here. Ian, I'll call you back, okay? We're not the idiot trying to make a phone call in the middle of this. She is. Yeah, this looks amazing. I love it. Go back into FMS speed. Making sure all that's good, and it is. It won't impact my rating, it's just flavor text. It's Pittsburgh's Class Bravo there. We're gonna be going around it on the north side. There's our low warning on the fuel. We already knew that. We just put enough in here to get where we're going. Hopefully they clear us for an approach, or they're going to cancel our IFR. I don't know what they're going to do. Ooh, this looks like a nice wall of turbulence and rain. Look at that. It's not red, so we're not going around it. This is a short flight, so we just have to fly through the turbulence today. Yep. See, cloud turbulence is directly affected by cloud density in the game. Now we're directed to the airport. Are they going to give us vectors, or what are they going to do here for this? We're going to have to cancel our IFR and do it ourselves. Not sure. I'm going to touch your radio. After I got my PPL, I went into IFR and I ran out of money, to be honest with you. Getting beat up. Okay, is ATC going to do something here, or just not going to do anything at all for us for this arrival? I don't understand what their plan of action is. They're going to fly us over the runway or over the airport? We should have been in a descent by now. We'll see what they do. I already rocked here a lot, so what we're gonna do is go to speed and we're gonna slow it down. This is more concerning flying in at a higher speed, so we're gonna slow down for the turbulence. Yeah, they're going to cancel the IFR and then we'll make our left turn. Get ready for our vector. Why are we not talking to... Oh, it glitched out. That's why. Wow. There it is. Cancel IFR. Got it. Perfect. Beautiful. Oh, 3,200. There it is.
Descend and maintain 3,200 feet to 16.
3,200 vertical speed. Good stuff happening there. All right, cancel the IFR. It's on us.
Cancel IFR at this time.
Well, now that we got 3,200 though, so that's good. Heading mode. We'll see ya. We'll let Monroe or whatever know. Monroeville know what we're doing here. Yeah, they said maintain VFR. LOL. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just go direct to the final here and do it ourselves. Well, I didn't show that 2-3. We'll have to do it when we get closer to the I think. We'll go direct to it again. For now, we'll descend in this. Might want to have inset map on here so I can see the yeah, they had on it. I want to see the terrain, relative terrain. Definitely need that heads up. All right, breaking out of the clouds. Well, we're gonna be going through some more rain, though. I'll tell you that. Getting our glide path though for the visual approach. Instrument visual approach, so we'll take it. $3,500 seems a little low for this, doesn't it? Just a little bit. I'll throttle off my throttles. We'll pull our power back. All right, we're there. So good. We're pretty much right on the glide path, so we can start turning towards our final. Try to avoid this rain if we can. Yeah, we'll shoot it at 3,500, I think. Not 3,200. I don't trust them. They'll fly us into a controlled descent into a terrain. I don't want to do that. Below 190, first notch of flaps. Runway 23, can we go direct to that? There we go. Still don't trust this. Let's do the final again. Maybe that's better. I'm not even getting glide path again. Gotta love doing a non-precision approach in IMC, man. It's lovely, let me tell you what. I'd love to get down on this. 110's good for now. I don't have a glide path even right now. Should come down to us though. All right, we're good at 3,500 for now, I think. We'll do 110, 3,500. I don't know if it's going to register it or not. We'll see. Pretty much right on the dang runway here. Glide path's coming to us though. Good. Pretty much you can get right on this line and we'll be okay. Right on glide. Hi, airplane. Let's try to get out of this cloud layer here. This is really not helpful, man. Really not helpful. Cannot believe this. Way too high on this approach, too. I just don't know what it's doing. I think we have synthetic vision here, too. It's helping. Gear down. I want to be able to see this runway, man. This is insane. For a non-precision approach. We're going to try to make it to the airport, but it's in heavy rain right now. Hopefully we'll see it on synthetic vision. That'd be nice. But we lost our glide path completely now. That's not helping us. 15 knots from the left. Not helping either. Yeah, we know we always get flaps ice, even though there's no ice on them. And stab off. All right. Airport's over this way somewhere. We're getting a glide path again now. It's just if we followed it, it would put us in the mountains. We're not doing that. Really gonna be like pushing it on this. We just don't have any options. We have no approaches we can do here, and they didn't design the career mode to have any alternates or diversions, which is crazy if you ask me. So now I have to do this manually and hope for the best. I think it's getting slow. I don't like it. I'm gonna pull flaps up to 50. I don't like how slow we're getting here in the mountains. Using so much engine power right now. If I didn't have synthetic vision, we would have been already on a go around. Yeah, I'm not getting any like lateral navigation data that's working right for this approach. We go try to go straight again, do that. Maybe that'll do it. Nope, that screws us. Just kidding. Got the runway on synthetic. We're good. Flaps coming in again. Don't try this at home, y'all. On our crosswind here. Got the runway. Coming in hot. All right, though. Come on. Slow her down, slow her down, slow down. We're down. Synthetic vision for the win. Synthetic vision for the win, baby. And we own this airplane. You crashed it, you bought it. Oh, that was wild. That was a wild one. No minimums at all, man. We had no instrument approaches. Straight up cowboy flying, absolutely. Never in a million years in real life. Never in a million years.
Kilo Lima
That's how we fly in the
November,
Bahamas.
Traffic November 71216 is taxi
Synthetic
required.
vision. Our flaps up. Yeah, that wind was crazy. It was trying to throw me off the runway. It was a tiny runway. I was like, I'm gonna have to decrab and throw that left aileron at the last second to make it in. There's no way. Yeah, never do that in real life. Please. This is a sim. You can do stupid stuff like that.
Already arrived.
All right.
Supplies. I even wrapped up my work. Will totally recommend this company.
All right, folks, we made it. Oh my God, we better get a good bad weather bonus on this one. That was nuts. Oh. It just looks like we were coming in a lot fast. I mean, we were doing like 90 knots over the ground, but it looked fast because it's a tiny airport. That is a small runway. Hey, we'll take it. Got raided in the middle of that. I did not see the raid. Who raided us? Floxtrot, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you so much. Scott, gifting out 5 subscriptions. Appreciate you for that. That was a non-precision approach using Garmin's synthetic vision in heavy rain. That's what that was. That was not a legal approach in any source or any way. The thing is we don't have the ability to do a diversion to another airport. We would have had a divert. Could not get in there, you know? Well played. Oh man, that was a wild one. Synthetic vision for the win, though. It shows you just how good synthetic vision is. I could see the mountains, I could see the ground, and then I could see the airport out there. And I was like, we're just gonna point towards that and go for it. Yeah, we got 62,000 for that bad weather bonus. 63,000. Monroeville's where you bought your car. Welcome to your area. What's up, Foley? Hey, look at our reputation went up on that flight. How is that even possible? That airport is now an assisted living center in real life, so you definitely would have had to divert. Oh my God, dude. Made it to a level 100. 100, baby. 100. Yeah, well, let's get the airplane inspected because we had some problems happen during that flight, and I don't like that. We're at 2.5 mil. Let's have a look at and see what our airplane's doing, because it's due for a mandatory in 17 hours, so we're doing it. We're just gonna do the update. Or check up. Landing gear to maintain. Looks like it's just normal wear and tear. We've been putting a lot of hours on this thing. Tire pressure, tires, brakes. But the electrical system was fine. Alternator is not. That might have been our issue. The alternator was bad. And look at the wear factor on it. It's going up even higher. So I don't want to mess around with that either. Let's look at our flight controls. Those are fine. Look at how much it costs to maintain them. 113,000. Fuel system. That's fine. Electrical system. That's the one we definitely have to fix just the alternator. So we're just going to just fix the alternator for now. There we go. Replace that. Landing gear. Yeah. We have some good stuff here we don't have to worry about yet. It's expensive to operate these, man. These are important, though. What is this music? Get out of here with that music. Tire. It's from those that rough landing we had yesterday. Landing gear's in good shape there. General is good. Light system, do we have details on that? Lights are fine. Hydraulics are fine. Ground contact in good condition. Engine in good condition. The engine is going to need some work, though. I mean, it's got wear rate on it. Oil quantity is fine as well. We're in the green on all that now. You gotta spend money to make money. I think we're just gonna save up the money for Premier Air Charter cargo side. We could sell this airplane, the Skyhawk. I haven't sold my Skyhawk yet. We're saving up for the Sky Courier. Courier. I try not to say courier because it sounds like career. Yeah, 8 mil. Just have to get the multi-engine license for that before we buy it. That won't be so bad. Brand new Caravan is 3.7 mil. So we can easily get back up to that again, especially after we're making money in this thing. That's the idea, to get our freight company back up in the green. $1,100 for a guy to put air in the tires is a little egregious. Just a little bit, right? They gotta make money too, though. They gotta make their money too. All right, guys, we've been going for 3 hours. We had a lot of fun. I think that was like the perfect ender right there. It's not gonna get better than that. That was wild. The whole time, whenever in my head when we were on short final, I was like, I own this airplane. Like, if I can't see this airplane when we get down to like 500 feet, I'm going around and, oh well, we'll try it again. What I thought about doing was taking off, going around, and then putting in heading mode, get up to 4,000 feet north, then reprogramming the whole approach and making sure we actually got on the approach there with a glide path and all that. Because the visual approach is just a guidance. It's not accurate. That was wild. Thank you all so much for all the love and support. Appreciate you. I had a blast. Hopefully you all did too. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. As always, the name of this song is Promise of Tomorrow. So there you go. Enjoy your night. Is there anybody live right now I can send you to? We got the one, the only Mr.
As not squat,
Brain Gap.
but
We got Brain Gap. We'll send you over to Brain Gap on Twitch. And then I'll send you guys Brain Gap on YouTube as well. Have a good night.
SEAL Team 6 job.
Bye-bye.